Hey guys, it's Tweet Sassy, and have you ever looked at your cat, all snuggled up and innocent looking, and thought, what are you really thinking? I mean, we all know cats are secretly plotting something, right? They have to be. They sleep all day, judge us constantly, and occasionally bat at us with tiny murder mittens. Something's up. So today we're diving deep into the feline psyche with 10 signs your cat is running a secret cat army. Okay, first things first, have you ever noticed your cat, disappearing at odd hours? And I'm not talking about their usual nap schedule, which, let's be honest, is most of the day. I'm talking about those times when they sneak off, usually when you're already in your pajamas and about to watch Netflix. Where do they go? What do they do? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you, it's probably a secret cat meeting. Think about it. They slink off one by one to a secret location, maybe your neighbor's garage or that abandoned shed down the street. They gather in the shadows, these fluffy little mob bosses, and whisper their plans for world domination. They probably have a whole agenda. Item 1, more tuna. Item 2, overthrow the humans. Item 3, more catnip. And the worst part, you'll never prove it. Try following your cat to one of these alleged meetings. They'll lead you on a wild goose chase, disappearing into thin air like furry little ninjas. And even if you somehow manage to find their secret lair, they'll just stare at you with those blank, emotionless eyes like, what, we're just cats. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, right. Speaking of disappearing, let's talk about those times when your cat vanishes for hours on end. You know what I'm talking about. You wake up in the morning and they're gone. You search the house, shaking their treat bag like a maniac, but they're nowhere to be found. Panic sets in. Did they escape? Did someone catnap them? Are they lost forever? Then, just when you're about to post those frantic missing cat flyers, they casually stroll back in like nothing happened. Oh hey, they meow with a flick of their tail. Did you miss me? I was just, out. Out where? Fighting crime? Training for the feline revolution? We may never know. But one thing's for sure, those mysterious disappearances are highly suspicious. It's like they're on some secret mission, gathering intel, recruiting new soldiers for their cat army. And they're not telling us anything, they're just too good at playing it cool. Okay, let's talk about those intense staring contests your cat loves to have with you. You know the ones. You're just minding your own business, maybe reading a book or scrolling through your phone, when you feel a pair of eyes on you. You look up, and there they are, staring at you with laser-like focus. You try to break eye contact, but they don't budge. They just keep staring, their gaze unwavering. It's like they're trying to hypnotize you, to bend you to their will. And let's be real, sometimes it works. You end up giving them what they want, whether it's food, attention, or just the satisfaction of knowing they've won. But what if those staring contests are more than just a game? What if they're a way for your cat to assert their dominance, to remind you who's really in charge? Think about it, they're not just staring at you, they're staring through you, into your very soul. They're sizing you up, assessing your weaknesses, planning their next move. Chapter 4, Tech Support, more like Tech Takeover? Now let's talk about something that always freaks me out, cats and technology. One minute, they're batting at a laser pointer, and the next, they're trying to hack into your laptop. Have you ever noticed how your cat is strangely drawn to your electronics? They walk across your keyboard, sit on your mouse pad, and rub their faces all over your phone screen. It's like they're trying to figure out how these things work, how they can use them to their advantage. And let's be honest, they're probably smarter than we give them credit for. They've already figured out how to open doors, turn on faucets, and operate the remote control. Is it really that far-fetched to think they could be plotting a technological takeover? Imagine a world where cats control the internet, where every website is filled with cat memes and videos of birds chirping. It's a terrifying thought, but it could happen. So keep an eye on your furry little tech wizards and maybe change your passwords just in case. Chapter 5. Strategic Napping. It's all about location, location, location. We all know cats love to sleep. I mean, they're practically professional nappers. But have you ever noticed how they always seem to choose the most strategic napping spots? They're not just sleeping, they're setting up camp, establishing their territory. They'll sprawl out on your keyboard, preventing you from getting any work done. They'll curl up on your laundry, ensuring that your clothes are covered in cat hair, and they'll sleep right in the middle of the hallway, forcing you to step over them like they're some kind of furry obstacle course. It's all part of their plan, you see. They're slowly but surely taking over your home, one strategic nap at a time. They're claiming their space, marking their territory, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because let's be real, you're not going to move a sleeping cat. That's just asking for trouble. Chapter 6. The Sounds of Espionage. Meow is the secret code. Alright, let's talk about those weird noises cats make. And I'm not just talking about the usual meows and purrs. I'm talking about those strange chirps, trills, and yowls that make you wonder if your cat is possessed. Like, what is that guttural sound they make when they see a bird outside? It's like they're speaking in tongues, communicating with their feline brethren. And those high-pitched meows they reserve for 3 a.m.? Don't tell me those are just for attention. They're sending coded messages, relaying orders to their cat army. And then there are the purrs. Oh, the purrs, we think it's a sign of contentment, but what if it's actually a form of mind control? They lull us into a false sense of security with their soothing vibrations, all the while plotting our downfall. Chapter 7. This means war. Feline turf wars. Okay, we all know cats are territorial. They rub their faces on everything, scratch up your furniture, and leave little presents in their litter box to mark their territory. But what if I told you that those seemingly harmless behaviors are actually signs of a much larger power struggle? Think about it. Your house isn't just your home, it's their battleground. Every piece of furniture, every corner of the room is a potential stronghold in their quest for dominance. They patrol their domain with a watchful eye, always on the lookout for intruders, whether it's the mailman, the neighbor's dog, or even your own family members. And heaven forbid another cat dares to enter their territory. The hissing, the growling, the puffed-up tails. It's like watching a miniature feline version of Game of Thrones. They're not just fighting over territory, they're fighting for control, for supremacy. Chapter 8. Joining forces. The animals are not all right. Have you ever noticed how your cat seems to attract other animals? Stray cats, squirrels, birds, they all seem to flock to your yard, drawn in by some unseen force. It's like your cat is the leader of a furry little cult, recruiting followers for their cause. And the scariest part is, they're not just recruiting other cats. Dogs, birds, squirrels, they're all fair game. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. My friend's cat, Mr. Bigglesworth, he's got the neighborhood dogs wrapped around his little paw. They follow him everywhere like he's some kind of canine Pied Piper. It's enough to make you wonder, what's their end game? Are they building a multi-species army, ready to rise up and overthrow their human overlords? It's a terrifying thought, but with each passing day it seems more and more likely. Chapter 9. Boot Camp. Get ready to train like a cat. Okay, let's talk about those weird, seemingly random things cats do that make absolutely no sense, like, why do they knock things off shelves? Why do they chase their tails? And why do they insist on squeezing into tiny boxes? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you, it's all part of their training. They're not just being weird, they're honing their skills, preparing for the day they finally take over the world. Think about it, knocking things off shelves, that's target practice, chasing their tails, that's agility training, squeezing into tiny boxes, that's camouflage training. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? They're turning everyday activities into military exercises and we're none the wiser. Chapter 10. The Whispers. Can you hear them? And finally, the most chilling sign of all, cats have a way of communicating that we humans just don't understand. They have secret signals, silent meows, and telepathic abilities that allow them to communicate with each other without us ever knowing. Have you ever noticed how your cat seems to know exactly what you're thinking? Like, you'll be sitting there minding your own business and suddenly, your cat will give you this look, like they just read your mind. It's creepy, right? Or how about those times when you swear you hear your cat meowing, but when you go to check on them, they're just sitting there staring at you with those big innocent eyes. Did you imagine it? Or were they sending you a secret message, one that you're not meant to understand? Outro, the revolution is coming. So, there you have it. 10 signs your cat is running a secret cat army. Now, I'm not saying that all cats are out to get us. Some of them are probably just lazy, cuddly furballs, but can you really be sure? Can you really look into your cat's eyes and say with absolute certainty that they're not plotting your downfall? Keep a close eye on your feline companions, my friends. And if you see any of these signs, well, you might want to sleep with one eye open, just saying. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more hilarious cat content, and leave a comment below telling me about your cat's most suspicious behavior. Until next time, stay sassy.